Appreciate your time, Coach. And so I'll ask that
Sure.
question and give you a name because I am actually curious. But before I get to that, I do have a question with regards to, of course, Minnesota, unfortunately, being the epicenter, if you will, of just racial injustice. What is the Lynx organization doing to really kind of, protect your team while they're there and, the course of playing out a full season? That's my first question. My second question is, can you speak to Jasmine Walker? If you were to pick her, how she would, work in your system?
Yeah, the first part of it is a really good question, a really important one, because the unrest, it's a different climate than in other summers that we've been here, and it is something that we talk about, and our fans talk about, and so I think that for our players, there's a heightened awareness around. It's not new in terms of being a black person, black female being followed, and you have are profiled in different ways. So that's not new. I think that unfortunately we're well versed in those areas, but in terms of we have COVID, and so I think we're not going to be out and about a lot as it is. Because if you're not vaccinated, there's a greater restrictions. If you are vaccinated, then I think we need to talk to those players a lot about, just being aware of what's happening in tune. We talked a lot about the start of the trial, the things that were happening. That's only a few blocks from us here at Target Center. And so, just the importance of awareness, I guess, and being vigilant. But certainly in terms of an organization, our mindset is exactly as you said, making sure that our players are safe and protected. And the lines of communication, I've got a really mature group. Adding someone like Natalie Achanwa, I think you all kind of got to know her a little bit. It's going to be really important, to your point right there, and the staff that we have. We want to be a part of helping this community, and we want to use our voices that way. And we have a lot of courage in this group, but obviously for me, making sure that the environment that we're in, is safe, and we've got leaders above me, that's of paramount importance as well. Jasmine Walker, we talk a lot about trying to separate the group that we're looking at. And one of the first questions that we ask is, does the player have a WNBA ready skill? What is that? What is it? What are they going to do at minimum? And Jasmine Walker, as everybody knows, is written about, she's a power forward that can shoot the three. And that is incredibly valuable in all of our quote systems. As is true for the other few players that we're considering. She has warts to her game. I sure would like for her to be a better rebounder. Sure would like for her to, at 6'3", use her length to block shots and get some steals. And I think her college coach would tell you this very same thing. And so, but when you're picking down at ninth, and really this draft overall, there's a lot of players that have probably more things that you need them to improve upon versus what they're good at. So each player would have that, the number one pick all the way to 9. And so can you get a player that is willing to work on their game to improve their areas of weaknesses? That's what we're really looking at. But you got to have at least one thing that they can do that, when they arrive in market, that, Jasmine Walker better get off the airplane shooting them threes, because that's what her value is. But then also, I told this to one prospect, you have to create trust immediately to be able to get on the floor. How do you create trust? Defend in the pick and roll. Don't turn the ball over. Get a rebound. Those are easy things. I think players think they got to do difficult things to be great. You really don't have to do difficult things. So if Jazz is a player that will do those things, I think she's got a chance to be a good player in this league. We don't see a lot of future stars in this class. Being in the league 4 years from now would be an accomplishment for many of these players in this draft.